190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement in oil.
Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the Nasdaq100 futures chart. Just before I start today's video, anyone who's considering joining my signal service, please do not hesitate to visit my website, dailymarketmovements.com. I charge a very small joining fee of $29.99. Nasdaq100 for the second trading session of the week. We are trading in the red ever so slightly. We've actually had quite a volatile trading session. This is due to the fact Nancy Pelosi is now in Taiwan. So there was a big debate whether Chinese jets would intercept the Air Force One plane and divert it to mainland China or somewhere else, or just try and divert the plane away from Taiwan, but they have in fact let it land. As soon as we got news that she had safely landed in Taiwan, we did see a turnaround, and JP Morgan did actually warn of this. They said that if nothing was to happen, you could see the markets rally, and that's exactly what happened during the trading session. But in the past hour or so, we have seen the market roll over ever so slightly. Nothing really to write home about. It's been quite a muted trading session if the market was to close here. After the bell today, we do hear from PayPal and AMD. Two stocks that I believe will actually do okay. They'll have pretty good quarters, but of course, whether investors buy the stock after the closing bell is, your guess is as good as mine. So I'll definitely be excited to see what what numbers they do bring out. But again, guys, we are still at the high level of this downtrend, and I have to go back to one of my favorite charts of the year so far, and this is a bear market that occurred 1929 to 1932, and you're probably thinking, wow, Max, that was 3 years though. And the average bear market lasts for 18 months, and at this moment in time in Nasdaq100, you could argue we've been in the bear market for around 6 months. So I do not believe this is over. I think that what we're seeing right now in the market is just one of these where we've had this fantastic bull market, and rightly so, after Jerome Powell's comments last Wednesday. And we did see some fantastic earnings as well. Earnings have come in a lot better than feared. So we have seen a nice bump up in the stock market with the Nasdaq100 off the June lows. Let's just go and have a look from a percentage perspective. We're up at this moment in time around 17%, so we're not even above 20%. But I do believe we are now approaching an area where we can't really go much higher, especially seeing where the fundamentals are right now. We haven't even hit the winter months. Times haven't even got tough yet. We've got the 200-day EMA just above us, and if we go back to the S&P 500, I've been saying for a while, the S&P 500 doesn't break above 4,200. If it does, then you can come and message me and give me as much stick as possible. But until then, I am still bearish in this market, and I do fully believe that we can go and retest the lows. And I know that so many of you who watch my videos, you don't want me to be coming on to YouTube and using it as a platform to say this. Many of you would much rather me come on here and say, I think we're going to go back to the all-time highs. And I know a lot of you have given me stick over the past 2 to 3 weeks because you don't agree with my my opinion on the Nasdaq100 and the S&P 500 on the broad stock market. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't want you to take this as a offensive way, but the fact that so many of you are coming onto my YouTube channel and commenting below, thinking, saying, Max, you don't know what you're doing, you've got it completely wrong. That's actually bullish for me. And reason being is because, don't forget, 86% of retail traders lose money. So I'm actually quite happy to be, not within the crowd here and be against everyone. I really am, and the fact that everyone else is so bullish tells me that I'm probably going to end up being right here. And it's not just myself. You're seeing a lot of the pros out there. We saw Bill Ackman today on CNBC, and he come out and he also thinks that we are going to go and retest the lows, if not create lower lows. So there's many really well-known traders and analysts out there still thinking that we are going to go and create lower lows, and I have to tell you, I do believe the same. And I could be on here all day long telling you why I think many of my viewers who watch my videos on a daily basis, you'll probably get bored of me explaining why each time when I come onto YouTube. So if you would like to know why, just go and have a look back at some of my previous videos. But long story short, times haven't even got tough yet. The sun is still shining. People, anyone who's finding it tough now will just wait until we go into the winter months. It was just here in UK, for example. This morning we got news that the average energy price is now going to cost £3,600 extra this year compared to last year, and that's up from £2,200. So we've nearly gone up 100% there. That's news this morning. We've also got inflation out in South Korea. Asia's done a very good job at avoiding rising inflation like what we've seen in the Western countries. It's now in Asia. As well as that, guys, Europe. I just said to you about how high energy prices are going to be per household in the UK. Well, now imagine how expensive they're going to be in the likes of Germany, for example, and many other European countries that solely rely on Russian energy. That's just not there anymore. Okay, so Europe is going to go into a big recession this winter. That's my thoughts, and I know that many people don't agree with me right now, but we're going to see US, corporate America, US companies like Microsoft, like Apple, start to really suffer as we go into the next earnings season because of how weak Europe is, and that's where it's going to start. And I think that will then heavily reflect on the US as well. So I really am fearful here for the Nasdaq 100. I think that we do fall in the next couple of days and weeks as we do go down back to that 50-day EMA.
190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement in